Hello guys, welcome to the channel if you're new here, and if you're returning, thank you for returning. Thank you for your support, guys. I appreciate it. So I was working on doing the elements, a full moon reading for all of the elements, because it's just like 4 longer readings rather than shorter readings. So I'm shuffling in between the earth that I was doing and getting ready to do the air, and this very collective message starts coming out, just flipping out, flying. I'm not even playing. We got the sun, you guys. As this moon is bringing in so much opportunity for purifying, cleansing. And then we got the new pearl. To me, the pearl is moon energy. It's cleansing. It's cleansing the earth. There's something here huge with this full moon. The next card that flew out was silver. And it's the moon, you guys, with all these. It looks like the moon to me, you guys. And then we got gold. Silver and gold. Okay, this is such good. I cannot wait to read these. I'm going to read this. This is going to be a collective full moon reading I'm getting ready to do, and it just flew out, so I'm going with it. We're going to go ahead and read these 4 cards. This is from the Kim Kranz deck. It's the Alchemy, the Wild Unknown Alchemy guidebook, and it goes with these cards, and it just came out, you guys. So, expression, vitality, and identity. This is a good time for us to release our masks, our egos, especially our egos and our pride. Not let this anger, resentment, judgments, labels, stuff we've been taught hold us down from being happy, you guys. This is such a powerful message and powerful energy. Each morning the sun graces the night sky, summoning the dawn. Such is the energy of the sun card. With its arrival is an activation and a presence of vitality, of new beginnings. It is said the sun is linked to the hero archetype and the yang dynamic in Chinese alchemy. Through the sun's radiance, we are inclined to see ourselves fully and establish a sense of who we are. We gain confidence and clearer vision in its light. We are assured that we too have an important role in the world. Associated with masculine dynamics, the sun card certainly carries a risk if not kept in check. Remember, the sun never actually sets. It's the earth that pivots away. Assess whether it's time for you to awaken more fully or turn away and rest. Sunburns humble us all. Right now, you could be feeling that. You could be feeling the burn of the ego, the burn of the mind's idea of who we are, what is forgivable, what is lovable, what is not. All those things, you guys. And every time I see the sun, every time I get this sun message, I just think of the innocence. I think of innocence. I think of purification. I think of the message of love. I think of pure love. But it's absolutely powerful. It's so powerful. And it says, go deeper, read the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And then to ponder is the birth of the suns. When the sun card appears in a reading, think of it as a tone setter for the rest of the cards. It lightens the scene, bringing energy and clarity to the entire reading. Consider how reliable the sun is. It does the same work every day. In what way can you be more consistent in your rhythms? How reliable are you? I love that. Now let's go to the new pearl. This is very interesting, you guys. I love it. Grit, irritation, and waiting. Take note if this card appears with the Wise Salt card or any of the cards associated with the element of water. Let them amplify the message of the new pearl. And I'm not seeing anything directly related to the water here. But it says the pearl is made from only 1 grain of sand. 1 irritant. That irritant, that's been another message as I've been doing these readings. That one thing that just the heart's healing or needing to release can be a pearl. And once it's turned into it, there's no going back to the grain of sand. You can't take something that's already been built on, something that's already evolved, something that's already became what it was meant to become. What it became. Even if it wasn't meant to become it, it became it. You can't go back to making it a grain of sand. You can't make something that's already And why would you? It's a pearl now. Why would you take it back to a grain of sand? Why would you make something so magical and something so, even if it came from irritating or frustrating things or shadow, or if it came from anything like that in life, you guys, we don't want to take it back to a grain of sand. It's not been a grain of sand. It's a pearl. It's our lessons. It's our learning. It's our evolution. It's the way we are being created and we are creating. I love that. The new pearl is one of the great promises of alchemy. From a singular grain of sand, the pearl forms slowly but surely in the salty mouth of the oyster. The new pearl emerges as an alchemical miracle, a sight unimaginable at the outset. That said, this process is generated from irritation itself. It's like we get so irritated with our lives or ourselves, our habits, or we're like, this is changing. Like it's so frustrating. It makes me so angry. I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to stop this, or I'm going to, change this behavior, or I'm going to work on this. And then it becomes something beautiful, you guys. And we want to allow that. We don't want to take it back to what it was, because it's not that anymore, and it can never be. So it's really encouraging energy coming through, encouraging us to keep moving forward and not stop and not fall back. I'm feeling that. As this is a new cycle, and I know we have new cycles every time this full moon emerges, and then we start a new cycle. But this is just really feeling super powerful this round. I always feel this strongly during full moons, but this is a blue moon, you guys, and it is in Pisces, and there's just something really big happening here about not going back here. That said, the process is generated from irritation itself, such as the medicine of the new pearl card. The work is underway, but the gem has not yet formed. Don't become petty and hasty, seeking a return on your efforts. Don't expect to see something happening overnight here if you aren't seeing something. Don't give up on the work you've been doing. Don't stop working on those things that irritate you about yourself, about your maybe perceptions, maybe just a lot of things we've been working on, you guys. It is uncomfortable. It says, rather turn to patience, consistency, and humility. Being humble right now. It's important all the time, but especially right now, we're being humbled. If you, yes, you've been doing a lot of work, but there's always more to do, and we aren't done. We got a lot of work to do. And I don't, nobody, and that can be frustrating. It really can. It can be like, gosh, but this is more than just you doing the work for one purpose. This is a lot of things happening, all going on, and it's all happening within and outside of yourself, and we're a part of it. We're like that little grain of sand, and it's just matters. It really does matter. Relax, believe, and support a fellow alchemist in finding the grit that will become their pearl. Don't worry about you right now. The entire ocean is your ally. I love this. Help those around you get through this. Keep going. Keep pointing out their, this to me, this is speaking about shadow work too. Like, keep doing that work. Keep doing that work, because it's paying off, and it's not going to happen overnight, guys. Purifying doesn't happen overnight. Building a whole new self, a whole new identity, and it's not even an identity. It's just becoming what you're naturally becoming. It's not easy, because our egos get in the way, and our mind gets in the way of what we think we should be, or where we think we should be, or whatever. Keep doing the work, you guys. Don't worry about you right now. The entire ocean is your ally. The water, that ocean, that water element coming through in the Pisces moon, it's there. It is there to help us. It's there to help us embrace all of our emotions, and even if they irritate us, figure out a way, or they don't. They take a note if this card appears. Oh, why? I think I already read that side. The pearl is made up of only one grain of sand. I love that. Okay, so let's go to the silver here. Right next to it. And then we got the gold right next to that. That's crazy. And they just flew out, you guys. Silver is known as the metal of the moon. And the brain is known as the silver organ. Therefore, meditation is key to unlocking this metal's secret. So right now, moon energy, okay? Full moon energy, the mind, meditation, relaxation, flow, letting things go, letting things be exactly as they are, and letting the solutions come to us naturally. That's what I am feeling. It says, amidst its upper echelon status, silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. Gosh, this takes me back to the story. I went down the rabbit hole, and this has been a whole energy since the new moon, you guys. And it's all for this fruition about this, okay? It's crazy. Don't let silver think, don't let your mind trick you into thinking that silver is not gold, or a grain of sand is not a pearl. It's like, I'm going back to the Cain and Abel. You have to be proud of the work you're doing. You have to feel proud of what you're bringing to the table, not only for your good, but for others. If you don't feel that, that's like such a shame, especially if you've been doing the work, especially, and if you're, and it doesn't matter how fast or how slow, you guys, it is a process. Be proud and understand that this is a very important element, a very important part of the process. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist this truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes. This is what I was feeling. Not falling back. Maintenance. Keeping up on it. Not falling back into... there isn't really any going back, but I mean, I think it would take a lot more work to go back than it would to go forward at this point. I do. And it says, it's polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts, whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance. Silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Yes, that's exactly what I'm feeling, you guys. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships. Like the moon, a mirror, or a poem. Let it reflect an image back with an open heart. An open heart. That's been a message too, you guys. And one more moment of willingness. One more moment of willingness. That is powerful. The seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness. The mysteries that beckon you on moonlit nights. Through our daily devotion to silver, we find the truest gold. I love that. That is this energy in a nutshell. It says, go deeper, find a piece of silver and polish it by hand. To ponder, polishing as practice. Silver is known as the metal of the moon, and the brain is known as the silver organ. Polishing those thoughts, polishing, keeping maintenance on those paths that we've been working on, creating new in our minds, not to shift or fall back into the work we've been doing on our mental bodies, on our egos. If you're at this point in the process, it's always a process, you guys, because it's constant. Working on the mind and working on the way we relate to ourselves and each other. It's so powerful, you guys. And then we got the gold coming in next. Really, really crazy. All flew out, you guys. I'm just like, wow, I'm definitely doing this collective. And it says, your gold may be entirely different from someone else's. It is important for the alchemist to respect their own unique journey towards a righteous and resplendent goal. In some wisdom traditions, gold is seen as a nectar, a sap, a honey-like substance coming from trees, bees, and even the pineal gland. Open yourself to gold's infinite sources. I love that, the pineal gland. So we're talking about the mind too. So letting that mind kind of shift and not going back to the old, and I don't think there is. Once you open up pathways and different ways of seeing things, there's no going back. The alchemist gold is no ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as gold of the wise, philosophic gold, the ethereal stone, or the divine quintessence, among countless other names. For our purposes, we seek not the physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. Yes, what is their essence? What is the gem? What is the pearl of that person, of that being, of that situation, of that thought, of that feeling? Where is the gold in it? Where is the treasure in it? And not literally gold. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. How do we recognize it? It mimics qualities of the metal itself, soft and radiant. And its planetary counterpart, the sun, warm and bright. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. When this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it. Get to know its properties and its source. The gold card carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing the alchemists to lose their way. Reverence is the key. Read Robert Frost's poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay. I love that. And to ponder every path as a noble path, no matter how we get there. There's many paths, many paths to enlightenment, many paths to peace, many paths we can take as we go through this awakening process and this purifying and this bringing together, this uniting of our inner and outer worlds, our light, our shadow, all of it, you guys. There's so many paths to take, so not to be don't disregard or disrespect somebody's path to their gold. You know, everybody has finding their essence, their special purpose, their special magic. So it's very mystical. This is very nice. So let's go ahead and get go ahead and get the sun, the new pearl, silver. I love it. And we got that mirror with the full moon in the background. You guys just flew out. We will read that. And I'm going to get 3 of these if I don't get more. Woo! And we got a flip. And it is the Maiden. The seashell. Is that a seashell? Oh, I thought that was a seashell. I love that. And the hunter. Going after what? And then on the bottom, the starborn, you guys. Awesome. Okay, let's read that. The mirror. This could be a little LX, okay. Mirror. The reflection, the illusion, the looking glass, you guys. Right now we got to see this. We look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in a mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. I love that. Though in light, it's witnessing the deeper self and pure awareness. When dark, narcissism, comparison, or harsh edges. Speak to yourself gently and kindly in the mirror. It will feel awkward at first, but it is a sure way to become friends with yourself. For further reflections, read the poem I Am Not I by Juan Jimenez and Yoko Ono's Mirror Piece in Grapefruit. I love that. This reflective energy, remember, it's so interesting. We can learn so much from looking at how we see outside of ourselves too. That moon energy. Let's look at this maiden. The princess, the innocent, the virgin. The maiden archetype is epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She's compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of the maiden, mother, and crow. And rightfully so, because she has oh so much to learn. Yes, the grain of sand becomes a pearl. We are definitely feeling this. Just beginning, you guys, just beginning. She's perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to challenge that leads to her next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold. It's like, that's it. Don't hesitate. Don't stop. You can't go back and be a grain of sand. You can't go back to being a grain of sand. You're already in the process of becoming a pearl. This is about moving forward, not moving back, not slowing down, not stopping. It is challenging, but we are there, you guys. If you're in this point in the process and we're feeling this, right on the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth, wanting to go back to those days when it wasn't so hard. Well, when we look back, there's a lot of hardness too. It's not easy. It's never easy to be not at one with yourself. And I feel like right from the get-go, we're kind of already thrown things that separate us from ourselves, and we're finding our way back to, and I don't mean ourselves, I mean like our true essence, our spirits, our souls. You guys, it's so profound right now. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Yeah, not going back. We're moving forward, you guys. Don't get sucked into the shadows, into the darkness, into the illusion that you are not at that point of no return, because you are. It's time to keep moving forward fiercely. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. I love this. Let's go. Okay, so it says, when it's light, it's curious, enchanting, sensual, and full of vitality. When dark, it pretends, it projects, it denies, and it fantasizes. Yeah, no projecting. This is really about going within and finding that vitality in yourself, that sun in yourself, and shining that. Moving from the maiden to the mother is challenging, often leaving unresolved tensions between the two archetypes for years, if not a lifetime. As we know, even if you are a mother and a child or a mom, it's kind of interesting because there's a space in between the time a child's no longer a child and then when they become a parent. And until they become a parent, they don't fully understand. And even then, it's like there's all this other growth happening, even while you're parenting. Like, as your kid's getting older, you're still learning all this. It's such a cycle of learning and growing. And it's not easy to transition from being the child to the mother, or the mother to the crone. It's always a shift. It's always a change. And collectively, during this moon, we are leaving a maiden energy and we are going into a mother energy. We are going into the cosmic womb. We are going into the feminine. We are embracing our emotions. We are going to think really, really thoroughly about how this pearl has become a pearl. What has it taken? And realize there's the sand and the pearl. And a piece of sand is a piece of sand. It's still important, especially if it has potential and it becomes, and this is what's really interesting, because we put value on pearls. But even if we had no monetary value for pearls, they're beautiful. And they're amazing. They're miraculous. They're miracles. Forget the price tag on a pearl. Look at what everything it's went through, and look how beautiful and lustrous it is, and soft. How soft it is. Think of how soft a pearl is, you guys. It's softening. We're softening right now during this full moon. That's what it's asking of us. That's what I'm feeling, okay? It's so soft. And it was a grain of sand. And if you've ever went hiking and you've ever walked a mile with a grain of a pebble, it's like the princess and the pea, right? Like the maiden, the princess and the pea. It's like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. A mile with a grain of sand. It's so uncomfortable. It's so frustrating. But a pearl. Now, a pearl would still hurt in your shoe, don't get me wrong. But it's so soft. You take a grain of sand and it's just rough. It becomes softer and pretty and just more noticeable too, There's so much if you just think on that and just kind of go down the metaphorical rabbit hole about the pearl and the sand and the sun and the moon and the silver and the gold and everything we're talking about here. It can really help you to hone in on this energy that we're getting here. Go down the rabbit hole, young one, So you can go deeper with Persephone, Alice, or any of the princess figures. And very next to that, you guys, is the hunter. The hunter, the seeker, the pursuer, and the predator. The The hunter hunts. They're on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail. It's like, yes, we got to remember why, what this is so interesting. There's a bigger purpose. We start as one thing and we become kind of back to what we originally were, but it's just in this lifetime we don't see that. We don't see that that's what we're actually seeking, that's what we're pursuing, and that's what we're hunting. You know, that's what we're looking for, and there has to be determination. And optimism, determination, and this feeling of coming out of like shadowy, dark places to get back to our divine nature and on our divine family and our souls back to a good place, you guys, a whole place where it isn't divided anymore by the duality kind of being here on earth and body, so we can learn more, so we can grow more, so we can feel and understand more. It's really amazing. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tells of bravery. Oh, this takes me back to a song too that I've been, and it's like Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike. And it's been all about, this has all been building up to this reading, you guys. I just know it. Everything I've been experiencing and rabbit holing and meditating on and just messages and everything, it all comes up to these points. And it's about feeding what's right, what feels right in your heart. Not overindulging in stuff that just isn't feeding your soul, isn't feeling good, okay? This is about doing what feels good. Tells of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-orientated. Yeah, and that's one thing, we want results. Well, this is saying you got to be patient too. It isn't going to happen overnight with the sun and the new pearl here. It takes time, you guys, not to give up, not to fall back into a place where we don't see that light at the end of the tunnel, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. And the tunnel has been there preparing us and building us into something really beautiful. And if we see that and respect that in ourselves and others, it makes all the alchemy work so much better within this place we're at, energetically and physically, you know. Like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? This is that magician energy. I'm feeling that. Using properly what we have, what we've gained, and using it properly, not to harm, not to hurt, not to cause a divide between us and the rest of the world, but to see us in the rest of the world and the world in us, because it's all one. It's like that one piece of sand is a whole pearl. Like we are within the pearl, and the pearl is us. It's us. It becomes one, you guys. It's so interesting. It says, when you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. Do so with care. Study the Greek goddess Artemis. Notice her nuanced relationship to the moon, the earth, and the feminine. The predator honors its prey with a precise and skillful hunt. The hunter deeply reveres the life it aims to take. Deeply respect what you are working on. Deeply respect the work you are doing and others are doing. If there is something you are focused on in a shadow aspect, or are looking to be attain in your life, respect it, honor it. Don't throw it. Don't cast shadows on it. Don't throw stones at it. Don't embrace it. Be patient with the process here, okay? That's what I'm getting, right? Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get one animal card. Ooh. It's the lion, you guys. Beautiful. This be the beginning of Virgo season and the end of the Leo season. This is all about strength and courage and recognizing these. I cannot wait. This energy is something, yeah, there's some shadows being let go, need to be let go. We need to really, really see the work that's been put in, you guys, in ourselves and each other. Honor it, respect it. It's happening. Be patient, regal, and a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and a living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dictates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dictation inspires some and intimidates others. That's what I was just feeling like. Don't cast stones at it. Don't be jealous haters. Keep it praising each other. Keep respecting the work that everybody's putting in. If you see people putting in the work and you admire that, embrace it, respect it. It's all there for us to learn from, and we are there to be learned from. Each of us have our own special thing to bring to the table. Be proud of what you're bringing to the table, you guys. That's the message. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions, taking the precise tools, taking their time and doing the correct hunt, spending the time, spending the energy, spending the patience, using all that to pursue your goals with preciseness and respect and step by step. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. When in balance, it's the epitome of peace and strength. And when out of balance, it's withdrawn or too serious. To bring into balance, daily meditation and friendship. I love that, you guys. What a beautiful reading. And the Ace of Cups there on the bottom, okay. We got that gazelle. Not to have fear, you guys. This is also grace to me. No fear. Really embracing this. And then we got that iron. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, you guys, that is our full moon reading. A little energy check with this full moon. I wanted to get it in, and it just started flying out. When I was shuffling in between readings, I'm going to hopefully get those others done. But this was a very nice reading, and I think it does sum it up pretty well, the energies. So I hope it helps somebody. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day, and you have a good full moon, and I'll talk to you later.